Hi, this is Sweet Temptation. We are back to do another episode of the Hildibrand questline from Heavensward. Next quest is The Proud and the Pointy-eyed. We are talking to Sir in Ishgard. Sir is a man at the end of his tether. We need to speak, Sweet. I've been scouring the archives and any information regarding temporal magic since last we spoke, and the results have been rather troubling, to say the least. As you may or may not be aware, ancient Alag is portrayed in the Enchiridion as a cautionary tale, a great empire brought low by its vanity and hubris. However, there are certain apocryphal texts in which the elegants are cast in a more sympathetic light, if not outright exalted. It was in these texts that I found references to temporal magics once wielded by elegant mages. Said magics could be used to halt or even reverse the temporal state of a given object. If these accounts are to be believed, and if Gigi's abilities and these magics are one and the same, then it may well be possible for him to turn back the hands of time for the grandsires, much as he restored the Duke's priceless ways. That being said, there is no telling how this will work with regards to a living being. Consider, if you will, that the vase was filled with water when shattered. Even if the vessel were restored, what would become to its former contents? Would it be filled with water as before, the very same, every drop returned? Or would it be different water, or would the water once split be forever lost? I speak of the soul, my friend, for even if one could use these magics to restore the dead to life, would they be as they were before, with all the same thoughts and memories and feelings? The grandsires are convinced that they can regain their lost youth, and mayhap they can. But the dead who have entered into Halone's halls cannot return. They cannot. Yet Gigi is nevertheless resolved to try and resurrect Archmagus Quan. Speaking of which, according to some Shalian texts in the archives, Archmagus Quan was an accomplished scholar known for his study of ancient elegant magics. Further evidence that Gigi's abilities are likely derived from ancient traditions, I suppose. But more importantly, I learned the location of the Archmagus' former residence. Mayhap we could find something of interest there, something which could help us to persuade Gigi to change his curse. I had a mind to summon Inspector Hildibrand and make the journey there together. Would you be willing to join us? Excellent. Then let us be about our business. I saw you, heretic. I beg your pardon, are you accusing me for being a heretic? Yes, you, Inquisitor Sir. I saw you sneak into the archives and seek out the forbidden tomes. Saw the mad light in your eyes as you partook of their forbidden knowledge. Oh, for the love of... I did all of that for my investigation. Ha! You admit your crimes. That you did secretly without permission in blatant contravention of our rules. Read forbidden tomes. Then by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine. You stupid ignorant. Are you also desperate to keep your goddammit job that you'll go around accusing all the world and his wife of heresy? Is that what we've been reduced to? I'm sick and tired of looking for heretics in every bloody shadow, of trying to guess the secret sins of everyone I meet. It's stupid and pointless, and we are better than that. Damn it, we are better than that. If you will not surrender yourself, then I have no choice but to inform my superiors. Well, that all came tumbling out, didn't it? I suppose there's no point in trying to convince myself that I have no personal investment in this matter, or that I still have a professional one. Somewhere along the way, I stopped looking for the guilty and started looking for the truth, perhaps, and a way to help those in need. But there's no place for people like that in the Inquisition. Is there? And it's only a matter of time before that stuttering fool comes back with an armed guard. Let us depart for Idyllshire at once. We need to find the inspector. Speak with Sir in Idyllshire. Would seem we arrived too late. Inspector Hildibrand has already gone off on his own to confront the Grandsers. They came back briefly to trade jingly shine for supplies and whatnot. You see, and the gobbies ear caught them trading tongue flaps about killing dragons in the Forelands. When the inspector learned about it later, he said he had to get after them right away and backtake Gigi. He said he had a duty, not as an inspector but as a father. Bugger that, he's got no obligations to a bloody mammoth, especially one that close to leave of its own free will. As I recall, I swear. I turned my back on the boy for one bleeding second and he loses his goddammit mind. I'm afraid he might try to do something reckless. Don't you think we should try to find him and offer hand landing? I am rather more concerned about what will happen if the Grandsers attack or worse, kill any of Relsberger's brood. But first things first, I suppose, sweet, would you be so kind as to assist Mrs. Nashu and Julian in their search for the inspector? I will pay a visit to Arkmagersquan's abandoned abode in the meantime. Oh, and before you think to refuse, know that you need not fear for my safety. Let us just say that our singular experiences together have inured me to the harsh realities of, well, reality. Huh? Could it be that scrawny little shite finally found his spine? Let's start by heading to Tailfeather. I reckon the inspector probably went there first to ask after the Grandsers, so if we do the same, we are sure to catch up with him eventually. Speak with Nashu outside Tailfeather. Right, then. I say we split up and make inquiries separately. If you learn anything about the Inspector or the Grand Sir or Gigi, come and tell me. The Ishgardians with the mammoth? They were here, I proclaiming to all and sundry that they were going to slay the greatest dragon of them all. The gods only know of the knave fools were serious. Oh, those daft sots. They were for Anyx Trine. Not quite sure what their intentions were, but they were awfully confident, that much I recall. Three dragon slayers and a mammoth, eh? I'd call you a mama if I hadn't seen them come through earlier, boasting about how they were off to kill the biggest one yet. Oh, I see. So the Grandsires were headed for Anyx Trine. And my dear boy wasn't far behind them either. What are we waiting for? Let's go! Let's go! Search for the Grandsires at Anyx Trine. The poor unfortunate soul who bears a striking resemblance to Orland is quite firmly embedded in the earth. Would you look at that? The inspector sure gave him what for. That may be, but where'd the other two get to? Not to mention the mammoth. Why don't we pull him out and ask? So having said that, it looks easier said than done. Oh, how silly of me. I'm sure you've got more than enough strength to yank him free, right, sweet? Pull the Grandsire from the ground. Well, I'll be. He's wearing some sort of magic mask What makes him look just like the inspector, just like that man of the 1,000 faces back in Ulda? Not that's Hildibrand at all, right? There's no fooling a mother's eyes. I say, what trouble has my beloved son gotten himself into this time? Why, hello there, Lord Goodbert and Inspector Sir. How'd you two end up traveling together? Blind fortune, you might say. I was too far from Tailfeather when night began to fall, but fortunately Lord Godbert chanced to find me wandering in the wilderness. Lord Edmond told me all about this recent trouble with the Grancers, as well as Hildy's investigation. And the father cannot help but take an interest in his son's affairs, can he? As for me, I was eager to share with you my latest findings, namely Archmagus Quan's research notes. I haven't slept like that since I was buried in Idyllshire. Well, I must confess no small measure of embarrassment to be found in such a state, having been so unceremoniously disposed of by the Grancers. But ignominy notwithstanding, I am most grateful for your succor, and pleasantly surprised to be reunited with you all. This wouldn't have happened had you waited for us instead of... Wait, why in the hells are you still wearing this rubbish? An impenetrable disguise is essential when consorting with the criminal elements. Alas, 'twould seem the Grancers have grown more perceptive in their newfound use. Wait, do you mean they have already regained their use? What about Gigi? Did you see him? Was he behaving strangely? Now that you mention it, his warm, soulful eyes were rather more pointy than I remember. By the Fury, not pointy. According to Archmagus Quan's notes, that's a sign Gigi's using too much magic. If he carries on like this, his ether will be expanded and he'll end up not more than an empty husk. This is terrible news. We must catch up to the Grancers at once. Do you know where they were headed? All I heard was that they were keen to slay dragons. They were bound for the Churning Mists, a place called Zenith, to kill a great worm named Nidhogg. Really? That all happened? I meant the other one, Kreiswager. Kreiswager? Fury take me, what could they possibly hope to achieve? Thank you for watching, bye bye, I will see you in the next episode.